Hello everybody, and welcome to a new week, Monday, March 23rd. I hope that you're doing well, that you're surviving this stretch of hibernation and looking forward to some continued online instruction. I'm doing the best I can. Obviously, there are a lot of questions, there are a lot of concerns as to how we're going to proceed moving forward. I just want to put you at ease. You know, as I mentioned in last week's video, that listen, we're not expecting anything as mandatory at this point in time. There's no grading taking place. There's no required work being issued. There's just supplemental and a glimpse into what lies ahead for those that opt to take that workload on. Now, moving forward, there will be a plan in place. You know the drill in here from having spent a good deal of time in my classroom already, and that we are prepared for this. We put out as much material on Google Classroom as we can. There will be a lot more instructional videos, obviously, to augment the class workload, but at the same time, I think we're pretty well equipped for this. What I wanted to do today, though, was to address what I foresee are a number of people that are having some issues on the home front with respect to GMetrix training. We've gone over it in the past, but you know, your environment here differs from that of your environment on the home front, and I just wanted to cover some basic post-installation requirements. Now, obviously you don't have a dual monitor. Well, you may or may not have a dual monitor set up at home, but what I'm going with the assumption on for this video in the interest of time is that you've got an active GMetrix session open, albeit not logged in yet, and you've got a blank AutoCAD session open. The two have to be able to communicate with one another, and the way that works is as follows. Unlike an actual certification exam at the end of the semester where Certiport will launch the exam and the session of AutoCAD, Inventor, Revit, whatever the case may be for you, in this case you have to, before getting into GMetrix, have AutoCAD running. Then, go ahead and walk through this with me at your speed. Remember, the beauty of instructional videos is that it's asynchronous and that you can start it, stop it, and work it on demand as you see fit for however much or as little as you see fit. So I'm logging into my session right now. I'm going to pretend that this is a setup from scratch. So I've installed both GMetrix and AutoCAD, or Revit, Inventor, whatever the case may be, but I do not have a completely configured session of either, or at least of GMetrix just yet. AutoCAD, listen, whether it's Hitchhiker version or the Autodesk version that you pulled down from, you know, valuable links and certification on Google Classroom, there should be no issues with Autodesk providing you for, you know, the foreseeable future your at-home license. There's no compatibility issues with respect to your home setup versus the setup here or with me. The only criteria that must be met is that you're running AutoCAD 2018. For those of you that do not have laptops, you will be getting them shortly, and I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that, much like you on the home front that I can't be physically present with, that you're going to have the necessary software installed. But for the interest of this video, what you need to do is post-install with GMetrix is you need to go up into that gear options setting icon, click it, and you need to make sure that you address your local user settings. By doing so, you're ensuring that every time you launch GMetrix that it can access, or that you can access, I should say, in an AutoCAD session, the files necessary to complete the problems. And a lot of times what happens is people forget or lose sight of the fact that this setting doesn't always hold. So click Local User Settings tab. Click the little folder that says Change Directory. Point that to, depending on your operating system, you're going to navigate this a little bit differently. But for my Windows session, I browse for a folder that includes that of my flash drive in my case, which is my F drive here. I'm going to point both of these to that same Store and Go F drive. Again, remember, I could have nothing in here, and I will not have anything in here, in fact, on a post-install. but that's why you got to go to this little folder icon and select both places, the F drive in my case. All right. Root level's fine. You don't have to create a subdirectory. It'll create that for you. Then hit the Save Changes button, and lo and behold, now if I start a new test, I click on the Autodesk Certified User icon, and then I pick my application software. Some of you will pick Revit, some Inventor, some Fusion 360. Other classes offer 3ds Max, Maya perhaps. Ours are in this family. You're going to choose, or we're going to choose for this video's sake, AutoCAD and Training Mode 1. Now, if you've already started one from class, you will, in fact, resume one. If not, it'll force you to it, in fact. If not, don't worry about it. You can start a new one. You can have multiple sessions of tests running at one time. I'm going to resume an existing one just for sake of not cluttering up my dashboard. And there we have it. Problem 9 out of 30. Now, while we're at it, I figured I'd go through, and this is a perfect problem to do it with, a couple of tips. So, in italices, you see a home.dwg. Again, this is where the problems exist as I see it. How do I open that file? Go to your AutoCAD session. Go to File, and it can be, again, a blank slate. Go to the File, Open icon, or just hit the big A and go Open underneath that, Drawing. A number of ways to do it. You can even hit the, under the Home, or under here, Open Files. It's going to pull up a window browser. Browse to your PC, browse to that flash drive in particular that you set up your file directory for GMetrix in. And you're going to notice a GMetrix templates folder. Double click that, and in my case, it wants me to open the home file. All of the questions will be pertaining to one of these three files. Hit home, open, and there you have it. That's the file. Now, follow the instructions. Bulleted under the View tab, open up the bathroom name view. So I go back to AutoCAD, and this is how you're going to have to do it. You're going to basically have to toggle Alt-Tab back and forth. Go to the View, Named, and then under New Viewports, choose the view to include that of the bathroom view. And there you have it. Does that look like this picture? Not quite, but you can rest assured that this is the sink because, well, it's got what appears to be a sink in the middle of this rectangle. They're going to include this whole thing as the sink. So I go back, I look at it, it says scale the sink object so that the X factor, Y, and Z are all 0.05. Now, normally the scale factor would be that of a command where you would take an object and factor it by some amount. In this case, because they have already addressed it as a 0.05 modification, I'm going to left click to select, right click to pull up the Properties tab on that sink block and go down to the scale values and modify them from 0.04 to 0.05. And now close that out, and from the Home tab, do what it prompts me to do next. Select point 1 and 2 on a straight line to find out the distance from point 1 to 2. Go back to AutoCAD, go to the Measure tab, which is under the Home, or the Measure icon, which is under the Home tab, hit Distance, and select those 2 points. Remember that your dynamic input needs to be on down here in your custom bar as well. What do you see on a straight line 34.39? Go back to GMetrix, type in 34.39 and hit Next. And you'll see that's good, so you just continue from there. I hope that helps to clear up some issues. I'm relying on you heavily to communicate any and all support issues that you may have, and I'll help you through it, I promise. take a look at this, see if this helps shore up any issues you may have. I hope it does, and let's stay in touch and have a great start to your week and stay safe and well. Bye for now.